especially since the inception of the Fourth Republic, 1992, the general security who compare to within West African sub-region, safer. And there were many individuals are free other ECOWAS countries or more relocated to Ghana, partly because of security situation.
Oh, great.
One of the few countries in Africa that hasn't suffered a civil war. Currently, Ghana any issues with any serious armed insurrection and insurgency in any part of the country to say the ECOWAS in northeastern Nigeria with regard to Boko Haram, Asemno. Then thirdly, Ghana yan experiencing any form of terrorist attack. The last major issue regarding terrorism, Papa Mienubi, omo arresto omo La Paz, Kata hostel, no omo see omo kita hand grenades and this but I had me misgivings about the way I manage issue because usually terrorism omo complex, afi omo asesa nioma bebre. Currently me research be about terrorism not just within Ghana but even within West African sub-region. And there were a number of writers to say Brian Jenkins, terrorism there are so now they are more lethal, they are very well organized. Ukum terrorist leader Baku, it doesn't mean say what destroys terrorist organization. So in my honest opinion, Anka that issue we could have managed it well with respect to La Paz because usually we cells and nipa baku and there are a lot. So when you arrest nipa mienu you have to take it very cautiously. So ubetumia arrest but to parade them, for the media to capture and put it everywhere, it wasn't the best. But generally, issue release it to the public, especially issues or serious national security implications. Okay. So generally, security there compared to other countries, we are safer, but and so okay. The problem is you see when current president Akufo-Addo attained power, one of the first appointments here, the National Security Minister, Honorable Kandapa.
Okay.
So, in line with the Security and Intelligence Agencies Act 526, and a firm commitment on the part of the president on the need for security to be, improved in Ghana. Apart from the National Security Minister, National Security Minister of State, Brian Champon. Your National Security Coordinator, National Security Advisor, Interior Minister, Deputy Defense Minister, your heads of various intelligence agencies, heads of various security agencies. But media, OSHA police records, the numbers don't lie. Okay. OSHA police records for the past 3-4 years, crime, a cost through. Especially serious crime, to say armed robbery, to say murder, to say kidnapping, especially in urban areas. Krokesi, Accra, Kasua, Kumasi. So what it means is, despite manpower base, despite the appointment of National Security Minister, still crime, a cost through. So what it means is something is not right. Being cost through year. All right. Yes, exactly. And so there were every reason to be worried about.
But a crime they bear than now. Society no zero crime.
Of course not. And yet possible. Even America with almost sophistication, every single year about 32,000 Americans as a result of gun-inflicted injury and gun violence. Brazil, South America, every year about 35,000 deaths, as a result of gun violence.
So crime
there, yen to mean Kirby crime completely, hook, line, and sinker. Ethiopian, it's not possible. But you bet to me reduce crime. You bet to me mitigate the effects of crime in your society. No. You see, you have a hard dream because crime rates are costly.
Okay.
You know, and that is quite worrying. And maybe I share the term security, it go beyond just safety from harm, safety from the fear of harm. So many will say, hey, and then me coffee, I'll be attacked by armed robbers, and then something can happen to me. Oh, in some truffle, you know, me a journalist, and hey, I'm a swali omukunu. So the possibility say me so omube hami, because obviously in the course of my duty, must step you on a few toes. A state of insecurity, and for educational purposes, security. And yeah, all about buga, a tool, you know, national security, Rambo style arrest, detention, they be a cop beyond that. Sani, the traditional security. But currently, me research on human security, very key. Human security, meaning, all about security nipa at the very individual level. And omu propounded in 1994 by the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. Omu crafted a concept of human security, and a mass security, a mass credence to health security. And we name the cost to healthcare delivery in Ghana. Many communities need access to qualified health professionals. And it's a security issue. There were issues with food security. Then you say agricultural system, reliance on rains. So in some crops fail. Still, there were serious issues with archaic methods of agriculture. Modernizing agriculture, even though Ministry of Food and Agri and other donor, agencies are more yet brave, but still. It's not enough, all right? A security issue, all right? There were issues concerning the environment, climate change. There were security issues with economy, youth unemployment, and the greatest risk to the security of any state, youth unemployment. So by concentrating security at the very individual level, where citizens are more access to the basic necessities of life, nsuo, ejani, shelter. So what I say, a better national security.
Try say obeshe say sa basic needs no be meeti. Now so once unim say enye obia na obenya ebi benya broso ebi benya bi onya ni nyina.
But you see, there were issues of for social exclusion. And also a security risk. And simply based on the premise that omu feel say omu are unfairly treated. Omu need access to the national cake, or omu to say second-class citizens. And to me, created disenchantment and frustration and a poses security risk to the country. Remember our example. The air cost was Togoland Foundation, many
Homeland Study Group.
Homeland Study Group. Many opinion for at some levels. Kasana maybe some. What is your issues? See, they are mistreated. They feel part of Ghana. They don't have access to national cake. So you see, there are fundamental simmering issues, but you are failing to confront those issues. Security, imposition of state of emergency, buga, deployment of soldiers, deployment of police personnel. But you fairly consistently over the years to address.
Yeah, deploying the last resort.
You see, the last resort.
But say be a situation and so said the SCI no.
Obviously, a bet to me an interim measure. Okay. Entering my organization, Center for Human Security and Peace Building, are very key in that regard because your advocacy, about peace building and your peacekeeping. Deployment, peacekeeping and maintaining, some quiet in the interim. Okay. But some issues, still a war. Okay. So why don't we build the peace? How do we build the peace? You're confronting the socio-economic and political issues war in these societies with regard to say ejuma, especially for the youth, to say reducing corruption, to say ensuring say the people have access to some necessities. To say Nsuo, Ejani, and a bet to me and see a security as a country. Remember,
but you were information about the ebimo ye and the how more ye sha a better peace na and then ye be per se let us build the peace. Ebiaka say Ghana security enyumakono omo intelligence gathering and kasa wo form. Na resources na ishe da eni ho. Usu huni say?
Well, intelligence processes use what Ghana are consistent with their countries all across the world using. Okay. Papa Benedin the Lowenthal or Nuna or propound this theory and idea for a cycle of intelligence, okay, involving initiation process. Who say agbubulushi your national security threat. So may initiate some intelligence gathering. Sa initiation process. Okay. Your intelligence gathering process. You gather intelligence. No, it doesn't end there. There was some analysis, okay, and now you be breaking it down. Then make sense of science intelligence. No, whether indeed it makes sense and it makes sense. After analyzing intelligence, no, you will disseminate it to the appropriate agencies and our institutions. Using a so, for example, there was security issue and in the end, they realized say about Nsroma. The people don't have access to potable water. Then Uber disseminating information no either National Security Council and Ministry of Works and Housing and Ghana Water Company Limited. Okay. So Obebe Tumia instituting measures to deal with the situation. Apart from that, there was feedback mechanism. All right. So our feedback mechanism, it would involve Ghana Water getting back to initiators of SAR intelligence to tell them, thankfully. Intelligence initiating it has worked for us because finally peace has been restored in that area. Unfortunately, over the years, your intelligence gatherers sharpen almost skills. All right, security issues there exercised by the day. Me a course be what Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping and Training Center, conflict analysis and mediation. You see, because of new issues, new actors, new strategies, new weapons, neural security, and yet the same. Okay, so there's a need for some sharpening, resharpening of skills of security agencies for Ghana. Me were down for people, especially within the police service, and more lamenting over the fact that look, Minia, time I joined the service 10 years ago, start training that is the same training I'm using to fight modern day crime. So we realize
the entire more in-service training
most of them, because in-service training you are constricting to the top hierarchy. So what I say, air-conditioned officers. Most of the time. Okay. Star boys are engaging in firefights with armed robbers. They're more training. So it is a cause of worry. All right.
Police forward the bank day. So time to time, a man for training. Any police depot all across the country. Any because we come and say any worker.
There were a culture of silence within the police service. Obviously, or to me use your left hand to point at your house. So what I say. But many police for at a very personal level, even top police officers, yeah, kasa. But obviously, to me kasa in public, okay. And the problem is say most of these criminals only a step ahead of law enforcement to say kidnappers no. So if you don't make a conscious, deliberate attempt to be rather a step ahead of criminals, we always be too.
Time being a cycle of intelligence gathering and a cycle of intelligence, a break it down into if we say na encrofo ye the empeso mo be afina demonstration violent attacks and near kanki.
Sometimes deliberately ignore some very important issues. I don't know, maybe perhaps political issues are a national security implication. And remember our example, me an intelligence officer currently, but me say there's serious issues working Tampo. Serious national security issue working Tampo, but it say ignore issue no.
As we are talking,
yes, serious issue between more ethnic group, any Bono Nkranza for with over a parcel of land around North Kintampo, specifically waterfalls. No, me want videos. Me want a lot of videos.
It has been there since so.
Yes, it has been there.
Yeah, almost I say ahense mamanson. Intended or
Minia usually issues of that nature simmer for some time.
Okay.
Until at the point a bit reach crescendo, then a bit spiral out of control. Then yen to me handle the biome. So identity neighbor until things get out of control, then before we start running helter skelter. Anything I see in Ghana, you're extremely reactive to security issues, and you're proactive. And my two clear examples. The veterans are until armed robbers or mobile attack police station kill an officer, release or comrade before we start talking about CCTVs. Our police stations, please, for crying out loud, we elementary knowledge, basic knowledge. Say there's a need for CCTVs at every single police station in Ghana. Secondly, your veterans are until armed robbers or mobile attack police La Paz kills our police officer before we start thinking. Say there's the need for police officers to have sidearms, even on traffic duties, and the veterans are until there was an issue before we start thinking, say, oh, we should have CCTV cameras. So, very.
And yes, I can you say, only that you need resources, no. And sometimes, those in charge of security, so they don't know, they know, but resources in a way.
Meanwhile, after that attack on Kwabinyanu, immediately, Vice President almost see committee how many $1 million for the provision of CCTV. So, $1 million, where was it? Why do we have to wait?
A brand new do so you said no, I didn't know. I critical was there.
Identity now better until a bit critical. There is the need for the crafting and implementation of Adekye national security policy document. We call Liberia, Sierra Leone, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa, US, and almost every single European country. More national security policy documents are almost by the day, after every 4 years, after every 5 years, to correspond with emerging security challenges. And a big committee stakeholders, from politicians to security actors to the media to the general population, over to ensure security in Ghana.
Until something national security policy document but various actor okay Kambomoa and Nadia would to Uganda, Liberia, Sierra Leone, US almost the same thing, except that there be a various act police for acts
351
soldiers and so be more dear ye be what bibia National Security Act and a document be on bia ye what, but you won't see it say one document that is not to say ye need bibia on security.
Ye what Security and Intelligence Agencies Act 526. Ye what Police Service Act. Ye what Arms and Ammunition Act. Only time I 1962.
Arms and Ammunition Act. And since 1962,
Act, no, it refers to the National Redemption Council, NSR, you know. So, apart from your National Security Cyber Policy document, Parliament passed in 2016, there were a number of security documents are disjointed, all right, disorganized, is bridled in confusion and diffusion. Synergy, all right, and a bimu be brave is archaic and modern. So what I say, okay. Your issues different issues.
Back 62, the anything I say more than 2016.
Let me see. My young harness policy documents, no, my young encompass border security. No, and still a lot is missing in our documents, you know. I'm talking about also committing. Young committee answer anka yes, there was our documents, you know, there wouldn't have a need for vigilante, anti-vigilante bill numpo.
Oh, okay.
So what I say. Because Usha, it doesn't give credence to human security. And I feel human security is the newest kid on the block. And no the trick to many of the security challenges are in this part of the world. Anka your documents are outlining the need for us to give credence to SARS security at the very individual level, and to commit stakeholders so that you're in train until something happens before we start committing money. You would have the money there to deal, because like a foresighted thing. Then they say, likely say next year, 2020, the emerging security issues would be with relation to the elections, you know, ECOWAS protocols and all that. So you bet to me a structure.
And you think you think they don't know this as of now?
Because it's not documented. You need the right level of commitment towards implementing many of these things. So Anka is documented to encompass, like I indicated, border security, homeland security, you know, police, military security, Anka to a very large extent.
Okay, just last Sunday, they see what Burkina Faso. Now, the yet say almost some African countries, West African countries, or target. In fact, Omoka Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, no cray.
Threat, no dear, serious threat, but sometimes people feel they are just alarmist, and now you cause fear and panic. But many are worrying. They are worrying because Papa Benedin the Mukhtar Bel Mukhtar, or Nuna, leader of one of the leaders of Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb.
Okay.
And SAR group no. Some time ago, me research on SAR group because we trace our roots from the Algerian Civil War, etc. Okay, and almost splinter organizations, Ansar Deen, Ansar Sharia, Al Murabitum, etc. And almost see, stage attacks against Western targets and collaborators, West Africa and beyond. And almost stage attacks no, Mali, Radisson Hotel, and several other times. Or more joining forces with Tuareg rebels, Northern Mali, or more Republic of Azawad, or more stage attacks for Ivory Coast. As for Ivory Coast, for the past 3 years, Omar suffered well over 320 attacks. And according to Special Forces Commander of the U.S. military, General Marcus Hicks, Omar lose the control of terrorist activities, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso. Wow. And on what state say, a very highly likely say, a beyond Burkina Faso very soon. Already, there are security challenges with communities be Upper West region. Okay, Your criminal elements are move into our communities from Burkina Faso, or stage or illegal activities, then conveniently or move call Burkina Faso. Already there were serious issues with their border, various borders across the length and breadth of the country. Who count on your way to Aflaunkwa, there were over 300 illegal crossings. Okay? Coupled with the fact that already not proper security is done at even some manned borders. No. So that is the danger here. Second, there were similar issues. Another neighbor, Ivory Coast, Grand Bassam. So what it means is on daily basis, about closer and closer to us. And let us be mindful of the fact that already also signatory to ECOWAS protocols, any treaties on free movement of humans, of goods and services, etc. And because of the tightly knit nature of your societies, especially within the West African sub-region, there's cooperation, there's deeper partnership, okay, and there's movement because currently, as Mikasa, there are way over 2 million Nigerians are more Ghana.
Wow.
Yes.
2 million.
Over 2 million, well over 2 million Nigerians are more Ghana. So movements is happening. And some movements, so I bet to me happen, even though in most cases are for good. I bet to me happen for bad also.
Okay.
Okay. And you're very careful.
Now then, Osha yatia dana sesa information we ni sa threat we no. Say I on mine no. You find here and I feel like it's one of those threats engagement.
There were 3 reasons.
Okay.
You feel say in Ghana, you're experiencing terrorist attack there, so you're safe.
Okay.
Secondly, you feel say you need active insurgency be in any part of the country. To say Nigeria, Boko Haram, northeastern part of northern Nigeria. Okay. You feel say, Ghana is generally a peaceful country. You suffer any civil war there. All right, so you're complacent and dangerous.
Complacent?
Yes, yeah, complacent because we are seriously complacent. Meaning, say underground, a juma be break also, but generally, just a minor basic example. Who call Accra Mall? And our West Hill Mall, and our Chimota Mall, almost subjected to any form of security check. Debbie. But it's common knowledge. We are a student, even you don't have to be a student of security. A common knowledge say terrorists enjoy malls because a very convenient, soft target.
But with this example, why now come mall? Yes, because even in the Western world, the mall is opened. Maybe a security for around there, but the mall is open. A man for room no mupi, room no mupi. Other
security structures in place.
And so they don't search anybody.
No. And you must be. Of course, search is and yeah, like physical search, but at least some metal detector checks. So what? Who call Nigeria? Kenya. After some attacks, that Papa.
So it's because of the Omasafanti, then they want to do that.
Good.
But
so
I think generally, you don't really see that you are entering the mall. Somebody, maybe they have their cameras hidden somewhere, but what will the only man is so messy.
What idea for profiling? To me, sometimes security measures there cause discomfort, inconvenience because who person will say you be fine. To me, yes, sir. To me, profiling. Look out for technique be in doing that also.
But how would you know say your insecurity for no almost technique? They may not what can say and says omobe catching. And ye bibia, you said it.
Yes.
Say ye bibia and says omo catching. And see for no, they are working because yet seems to say. More experts, security experts for no. In fact, you rather are even putting the people in danger. Muna mama na ye officer bia te say de yeti aye keka keken obi be kasa we kra no mama manfo ani adom ho so ye criminals, you know, and as a terrorist for no. We are arming them, we are giving them more information, and thereby making a Juma, the various security agencies in here, you know, difficult. And security aspects, you know, rather making the work difficult for the state security agencies.
Okay, you see, the issue with SAR profiling, no, yeah, adopting, yeah, using in Ghana, especially yeah, airports. Okay. To crime. Sometimes, keep a close eye on disposition or behavioral pattern, your psychology, and the way you carry on. Then they might ask you some few questions. Answers but determine whether you're searched or not. You better me adopting at the various malls. Okay. Not perhaps search everybody. Even though in Ghana, we call big hotels. Kempinski, Alisa Hotel, and other places. Subject Nipa to some form of security checks. Adekye, to me, yeah. You see, desperate times calls for desperate measures. All right,
and there's a need. Times we are not.
So you think, but the issue is, kasa, and something goes bad, and I pray and call, sir. Okay. People might ask, what happened? So, you play an advocacy role. I mean, we're putting the security agencies on their toes. We're identifying lapses, no? To say the ECOWAS was Sri Lanka. It was a subject of discussion in the media. Nobody cared about anything. After it happened, then they are running helter-skelter looking for solutions. We are security actors, security stakeholders.
The thing that by more you can do it. Get to the security agencies, give them the information. They say it's always welcome. Is it that munya access and formal information ko and accessing intina eya no mo de ba beto abonteno na mu de no make am I mean you the security expert with the knowledge and information am no mo share so much then you arm the criminals or the terrorists and then you make the security agencies armless or defenseless.
Okay, well, the problem is Enya Asembia na ebetumiaka on radio and our TV, all right? Especially Asem very vital information criminals. Okay, so Enya Bibia, like for example, me Namika on TV and radio. Secondly, to me accessing all major security stakeholders, Ghana, all heads of security agencies, but
at least one major one.
Various levels, many or at various levels, they appear on radio discussions, TV discussions, and sometimes me worse. I tell them in the face, this is what you're not getting right, all right? But thankfully, the power of mass communication, okay? And yet all about coming to spell doom, and are coming to criticize them. Yes, we are taking advantage of our platform to educate, the general population so that, security stakeholders, security stakeholder, all right? But the fact is, records no war, the threat is becoming, much more serious than we can comprehend. And so the need for us to draw the attention of stakeholders. Already, there were different issues for Ghana. There were issues concerning the economy. There were issues with agriculture, So sometimes people get so fixated on other areas to the detriment of security. So, when you kasa, at least it draws the attention back to the need for us to put proper structures in place to ensure security. For the proper structures to be put in place, retooling of security agencies, sharpening their skills so conforming with modern crime fighting techniques, and most importantly, your role play in ensuring general security in the country, because at the moment, there were about 32,000 police officers in Ghana. Okay, many of these police officers, they are assigned on ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, Obimu or more peacekeeping duties outside the country. Obimusu have been assigned to corporate institutions. But despite that, yeah, math no between the current 32,000, assuming say omu are available to the general population. The police civilian ratio, you have one police officer to about 900 Ghanaians. Yes, but according to
international level,
one police officer to 500 citizens. Okay, but uko urban areas, to say Accra, Kumasi, Kaso, etc., it's even more staggering. For each police officer, you were well over 1,500 Ghanaians. So what it means is, security agents, they are to me what be every time. Okay. Anti namini we or role to play. Who driver? Do you care about someone following you? Obidiwechi, and in the house, do you care about family security? And Juma, do you really care about your security environment? And Usha. We don't seem to care about our security.
Yeah, say you trusted to do. So, Brady, there's so no kasa or YouTube. Oh, you're Ghana in Minion. Is it that yenke and I say you're too trusting?
No, yeah, to mean trust. I mean, trust other individuals and other security agents. Maybe so.
Say Ghana Nibia, I would say, oh, Jumama, do you check your security? You fear, or show security, or drive ya, or say, make will be trailing me and I say, Minam Quine, so I mean, and say, and I'm because now see, we don't care about our security. And I'm just say, is it that yen a yen care and fire, and now because ye jinipadinti is just on yummy bonnet.
General lack of awareness. Very well educated and are enlightened on security matters. Okay. Records no wo. In most cases, nipa are almost breaking into our homes are people we know and almost nimye. All right. In many cases, Uber invitee carpenter and a plumber and a mason electrician obey jumamau. All right. And in most cases, Uber man 50 cedis, but Uber far stash of cash. Then kesi na manu baku manu. Obviously, Uber endanger because Anajua is highly likely to come for the rest of the money. So we are very careful, especially we are single female living alone. We are very vulnerable. In many cases, Uber to me misrepresenting issues to say plumber no. Maybe Uber to me country and say, oh, me kunu appear and I'm a boyfriend or inside, but baby amudie munkasa. Apart from that, ube tuya media artisans by mobile money and I'm using other electronic means. Me mani panim say, oh, sika wo fie. Not very long ago, now we were issues with me car, so me through public transport. No be our phone is to, hey, hello, master, my Jessica no me ba. Yes, my Jessica, So a general lack of awareness, and I think educational. So anything I see, Juma as security stakeholders, and yet all about criticisms. It's about education. All right. Currently, we share me social media. Adib Sani, foreign policy and security analyst for Facebook. Me a magazine program. Serialized. Information
but
on
Ghana
security.
Do they pay attention? Say be a uketi awareness no ba to say nkrofo so tie na omo fa mu aba enra obi send me video bi na abrante bi okokro no bo burglar proof
to say
but
to say
no we musafe almost yenye safe say mo church to say wo kan otika mu na wo kasa me jimi sika no maje me di kotu fie safo no da ha wo bie punu na me di ahya ase all those things
exactly
mo church le ye ni omo maka no yensu ye tie
Edin, because me was a security company, me turn security gadgets, but me over 80% of my clients are victims of crime. So,
security gadgets
we are victims.
How?
Until something happens to them before they start thinking, say, oh, I need to safeguard myself. Okay. My example. Obi see die multi-million-dollar house. Obi say on fix CCTV man for 4,000 and 3,000 cedis. Obi say oh, it's not necessary. But because then they start running helter skelter. Okay, me what trackers, car trackers. Still, Ghanaians be brave. They don't see the need for tracking devices on in their vehicles until almost snatch a car. Then they realize their importance. Not very long ago, Papa B or Bamichen, me man tracker, I want a car. Within 3 days, or move your car. Now I hot see, but me them see, oh dear, young police station. So your police station, me track a car no speedy about 120 miles per hour towards a flower. So your colleague, your friend, Volta Regional Police Command, almost friend, other commands around Akachabo.
Okay.
So now me more information. Our checkpoints be our Akachabo. Me can't almost say in 30 minutes car no a bedroom, in 20 minutes, in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes. Omuchi unconforno. So anka track and your. No.
And say, yeah, poverty so. Only panu di odi kura wenya. Waye kakra kotokaya. African tia. And kaka is a necessity. But the assets na we car now is a luxury.
It's a luxury.
And see, onya kakra usan say better track of What about saying cassetti na and I said yeah, we have hidden cameras on the street. As you are going to say, there's a camera here. Say, you took kwaya you hunesa at o enya 37 year back open. Your cameras this I don't know. As you took kwaya you even on the highways. State in yes and I said na e be yan say this obia krankra bia nso nya.
Uko London for example, or one of the cities with the largest number of cameras around. And a bomb because in criminology, there for situational crime prevention.
Okay.
The best way you bet to me fighting crime is to prevent it from happening in the first place. And so situational crime prevention is embedded on a there for rational choice. What it means is before NIPA or your bonia or a NIPA or a joint or we options, reward factors and risk associated with the fact that or committee crime where or chino but observe say hey cameras will be beer, the structures are well in place, they are robust a bit detail and no situational crime prevention now in most cases your CCTV then who post and our signage CCTV in operation here and yeah for cosmetic purposes and yet to deter because unim say CCTV or mushemia ube exactly. So there was security CCTV cameras all across, and currently there will be all entry and exit points, especially in major cities. To say Accra, there was a camera. Sometimes who flash be from top. And
I've done that for I'm saying N1 so men be once be flash be but margin so I was like and I kept on driving.
Your cameras. Okay, so to some extent a bit
you notice maybe more like you're saying and you say fair keke but e bo why no so be ma ache ni pantie e be ma na jai but I say we e bo but me di si o me ma ohun no.
But you see enye enu kwa na ebe solution to all of this. Yen support no yen complement no with other structures. So what I say and yen so enye say o sika before you be able to protect yen exercise some level of discretion in your security. Okay, for example, say wakano ye pia in most cases only obi or dia key no we no under the mat or on top of the door and a flower pot. Okay, criminals for munim way so at least young have like a third party of some sort, someone you can trust. Then ubejai saki no manu. In many cases, social media habits social media and yeah all about taking selfies and posting. That means say unim how to use social media. Baby, you're guilty because the kind of information on social media put here in the line of fire because first before criminals or attack and kidnappers or trailer for a very long time get to establish movements itinerary are there for profiling but I feel with a click of a button every information about us
just almost that's sister they don't just come right
but I feel a very simple mom
okay
because there were every information about us on social media. Omunim yema, omudin, school omoko. Yes, to time ye pie, time ye bafie, and all that. All right.
In fact,
so,
at every point in time, baby, you will be our omunim. I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm in Dubai. Everybody see me or Dubai. Okay. So omunim say 8 a.m. ube pie, 5 p.m. ube bafie. So between that time, no, obe to me break it into your home, feel relaxed. In fact, omube near a journey po. Share TV because name or itinerary.
Yeah.
So I say. So you're very careful with information. Was social media. Yeah, media me were social media friends. In fact, me were lady be one updating the profile in 30 minutes. We went to me call report to police. Say maybe obi a kidnapping. Every minute. A journey, every food, consumer, or social media, every information.
Oh, send your journey penna. They all know what that is. Sorry, I know on my bed, having breakfast, bathing, see my bathroom. In fact, see my cash.
Exactly.
And
that is very dangerous.
Okay.
Extremely dangerous. And to say, oh, everybody, look, I have money, come for it. They are announcing to the whole world, please.
Okay.
Yeah, very careful.
Yeah, share a tour this week and once some IBB license company. Yaman permit or the tour ba tiabo frewum. Okay, they say mostly tiabo fre. You know tiabo fre. Hunting guns. Aha. Ebin so later it's you say yes hunting guns keke. Oma conceal be Oma say whatever it is. A license and your first timer. Yeah, ma for in fact, say once you have registered your gun, you can use it.
Yes.
In the internet was a way be did in a
okay, who share the law there? And your bonnie because there were Arms and Ammunition Act 1962, Section 5, quite clear about the fact that Ubetumia obtained permits to import explosives and rifles any side, So in the first place, 1 year born, if you are going to go by the law.
Okay.
But there were issues, 2 major issues with SAR importation. Number 1, identity declaration almost see hunting rifles when indeed contain a pump action. Okay, so what it means is on record, say 4,000 hunting rifles have been injected into the system. When indeed 4,000 pump action guns have been injected into the system. So, inconsistency, a bet to me created some kind of discrepancy in the records.
Or more declares as a hunting guns whereby they rifles.
Documents.
Wow.
No documents, And the agent, or see, and yet the first time, oh, he's been doing it for some time now. So the question is, for how long?
Or Krabba, he's been bringing the guns.
Yes, that's what I mean. All right. So the question is, for how long has SAR misinformation been happening? Okay, because on records, and they say 4,000 hunting rifles have been injected into the system. So when you have rather a 4,000 pump action, so what it means is you have many of these weapons and yet accounted for, unaccounted. Okay. So enu na major issue number 1. Secondly, the timing. Me sure say the government could have exercised some discretion in putting it on hold because there were some security issues in Ghana. There's a lot of lobbying going on. So you bet me pass the anti-vigilantism bill into law. There were issues with some chieftaincy issues, in some parts of Ghana. There were issues with
Minister for Information. Abayin say this license. Now you're granted that. In fact, there's a letter in circulation. Say Yadkufo apply for the license July 2016, and they had the approval 5th January 2017. And they are granting on license on a 2 years. So maybe I no panona me bisa say license. Oh, if you are familiar with the act, you said that license no does it expire? And I said once you have been granted the license, it is in perpetuity. No. So I said affable license. So expire how long? Because you're demanding 5th January 2017. And na afe and na odiaba. Inti abayin what you say onokrano oni cause almost I can say transition team nukrano minister no granted and I can't show almost say this license has been granted. So it was like this government says minimum.
Okay, the issue is sir license no and our permit no quite specific about the number of weapons are imported.
Okay.
It's 20,000 pump action guns and some other items. Okay. So until exhausted some number no, he can import it even baku over a very long time. All right. But Osha Arms and Ammunition Act before ube acquire weapon, first of all, you would have to apply for permit. So permit no, valid for a period of about 6 months. The legal right to go and purchase a tool from a registered, approved guns dealer.
Okay, so you can say me as an individual. As an individual. But me to the bomb home buyer. And also me license. Every company on us here registered. No say ya prove say obetimi aton. Is that so? Ube
acquire permit.
Okay.
From the police.
Me acquire permit from the police. Yeah.
Ebema the legal rights.
Okay.
To buy.
To have a gun.
To buy.
To buy, not to have it.
No, not to keep it.
Okay.
So utpa, you would have to go for a license on sa etuono. Usually it takes a year. Every year ube renew. But permit no dear 6 months. Ebema the legal right to purchase etuono. Okay. So within 6 months, no one purchases etuono, you would have to go back for the permit to be renewed before you be able to acquire sa weapon. No. So what I say. So those are the variations, but in most cases, pump action guns and all that. But already there were issues with.
But the one that individuals to send me here permits na me they are top first of all. And so na me to we are makwama akoje license yet subject to renewal every year. No, the all craban ono so ne sheshe yet to say.
Well, you see, anything that we see, Sir Arms and Ammunition Act, no, our loopholes, we have to change it because Section 5 of Sir Act, no, almost see you would have to acquire a permit from NRC, National Redemption Council, but yet categorical about the validity of sa permit no. Is that what I say? So we me assure say about the numbers and about the period.
Okay.
All right. So anka omo to me amanu permit to import as many as he can within 1 year.
Okay.
And now import a specific number for eternity.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, when you know a rude awakening to the realities, there's a need for some of these acts to be changed to suit modern times. According to Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping and Training Center, there were well over 2 million illegal guns in Ghana. Already there were issues with proliferation of small arms and light weapons from other parts of the continent, especially from North Africa through Sahel. Senegal, Mauritania, Chad, Niger, Northern Mali, all the way to Eritrea, back to Sub-Saharan Africa.
If and it's coupled, North Africa,
yes, because already are more concentrated North African countries with lots of ammunition because of issues with regards to Gaddafi and you know, security
that's
challenges.
Arab Spring, an uprising, you know, anything I'm on it to know. Okay.
So, Etono is finding its way down to sub-Saharan Africa.
I see.
Already, issue way, you know, is compounded by your porous borders. So they are able to, through a network of sophisticated syndicates, or move weapons. No, in many cases, Ghana is a transit point. Emma weapons, no. But in most cases also, Ghana the final destination. All right. So issues where you know
and then a transit point is better than a destination.
No. Some.
Oh, okay. Transit. So the bar and we are unable to detect.
In some cases, yeah, to me detecting, but in other cases, yeah, to me because anchor, yeah, to me, I don't think we would have well over 2 million illegal guns in the system, even though it's not coming from outside Ghana. There were a fledgling local gun manufacturing industry in Ghana, but you are turning a blind eye to it, especially in the hinterlands. Gun manufacturing, some mechanism there is simple.
It's you
know. Just get a metal to hit the bullets. Usually, we use a spring and even apprentice, almost to me, you know, like blacksmiths, and especially in the hinterlands. So, media.
I thought that Ghana had Alavanyo.
No, Alavanyo. We have so many other areas to say Boku and other areas. The production of locally manufactured guns. So we need to do something about it. Possibly, but we are biting bullets, by regulating more activities.
Apart from these 2 million illegal guns, Cape Tech for Nekano. A presupposed to say local ones now, so become. No, let's say 2 million, no, excluding local ones.
No, from information, account. But well over 2 million.
Okay. 2 million.
And a boom, the fact that OBG license at the end of the year on renewing.
Okay.
So from that period, our license elapses, then it becomes an illegal weapon.
Okay.
All right. And there were cases where from weapons depots. Especially police stations. So, it poses security challenges for us. But like I indicated, you have a role to play in ensuring security in the country.
Now, so said are we fighting security issues as SSA fighting and say, oh my, if you say African Center for Security and Counterterrorism, almost feel say security issue, they partisan politics too much. Also, no sense and no say.
Politics, very unfortunate. The way we politicize almost every national issue in Ghana. Anchor issue of vigilantism, way, politics as broad daylight and bridled criminality. Because who are so-called vigilante group or attack toll booth, tema, then kick the workers out. A broad daylight robbery because sika won. But our police spokeswoman, because of the politically dicey nature of that issue, all right, and very unfortunate. And to further compound that issue, we are politicizing the police. The politics war police service, very unfortunate. And
politics necessary. There's politics everywhere, even in church.
No doubt about that. But I'm talking about partisan, divisive, retrogressive politics. Ghana. Okay. Remember example. Many police penning for sometimes you casa and almost see. Many as a vigilante issue we to mean tackle no. Me see identity. Almost see. So-called politicians are almost make an analysis on radio, on TV. Yeah, chisa boys no. The same politicians are almost free. Hey, boys we there or boys so munja omo. So what I say. So that there's that interference in the work of the police, and there were other issues with security of tenure. There were other issues with the executive appointing the police, and obviously, when we were appointing people, they think say are loyal to them.
Okay.
All right. There were issues with the police council made up of almost all of them, or we are politicians, and it's that. So obviously, in many cases, opposition, police are very unpopular in the eyes of the opposition, but very popular in the eyes of the ruling government. And power is switching hands, then it's vice versa. Okay.
Yeah.
So until you make a conscious attempt to depoliticize the police service, that's all issues where they persist.
But the social strata and city and your culture, no, and yes, I be maybe also a G2 na share how best I wait me at the Atsena year. But say, see a year for the can we ever do away with that?
Well, let's be realistic, Davey. Yeah, to me. But you bet to me mitigate the effects. Okay? You bet to me imbibe into your home a sense of patriotism, respect for your values, your democratic tenets, to see Ghana first before NDC and MPP. All right? And to see, say, the duty of every Ghanaian to protect their values. Okay. All right? Until that is done, still, there was our issues. No? And police, so, need principles, no, need our values, because protecting positions, pay transfer, pay promotions, any side. So obviously, that is consistent with the whims and caprices of appointing authorities. Okay, then
but nobody likes this comfort to Abrabum. It is not normal to say, me wa cry me okay.
You see, that is selfishness. So Uber allowing illegality to persist. Okay, there will be breakdown of law and order. All right, and in the end, it will affect you eventually. Okay, so I think like I indicated, you have an important role to play. We are journalists, I'm sure I think you have a very unique platform. So you bet me my pressure on stakeholders. So ensuring proper security.
Pressure on Kwane Bay, Juman, but Mammy Pisa say, see a police for no crowd who say, or more show transfer, or more principle near Juma Papa, and near DNT, or more allegiance and loyalty, and my appointing authority. No. Omo kasanso wo mu problems dada. And yes, I no can be. Omo nye war resource. Apart from that, kakra na wo no. Na say omo fo ni buoma omo kra. E den na be ma police officer or she police uniform. Echo effective arrest. Omo fo say me no wagino say me ma wo nchi no. Na dan ntokwa. E den na be ma obi anya kodo say machi police Medinesi, Maise, what is going on? Why?
Okay, the problem is what this joint and at this court, a very wide gap between citizenry and the police. Okay, currently. And by the day, there's growing frustration about the manner in which police almost address some security issues in Ghana with specificity to kidnapping of the girls, no, and particularly disturbing the manner in which COP Mamitiwa Adudankwa or handles situation, no, the inconsistency, and the way and the general managerial skills is something that I have reservations about. Then is compounding the trust situation, another mistrust situation between NIPA and the police. And free. There were different reasons, okay? Right from the recruitment process. In many cases, protocol lists say, then in the end, you have some wrong persons enlisted into police service, okay? So, Omuya Bonia it's detrimental to the whole police service. Ghanaians, in most cases, who say, wait, their individual action. We feel, say, oh no, you know, you're painting all of the police service with a single stroke of brush because of the actions and inactions of one or two persons. So you get thorough background checks before you're recruiting NIPA. So we would know, say, you know, in many cases, who NIPA baku obe apply police, immigration, customs, military, because omu pay juma keke. They are not bound to protect and defend Ghana. Omu pay juma. So you have, you know, we are forced to insert square pegs in round holes. So many of these guys are mobile, then all they care about is making money or doing things that is detrimental to the values of the police. Okay? And remember our example, some years ago, in your issue at the police training school, many of the trainees, after a training on how to handle weapons, they say, oh, I need the requisite qualification because certificates are manu fake. So to me, a background check as basic to say checking out with alma mater, okay, to confirm the authenticity of SAR certificates. No, how much more background checks they bet to me are here? When indeed we're supposed to go to old school, community, speak with family members, friends. So him say these people we are enlisting into the police, members of a gang and a criminal organization. Secondly, training were very key. In line, like you are discussing, in line with modern crime fighting techniques. Okay, tooling to another very critical area because still your police officers be brave are more traffic, no bulletproof vest, no sidearm, and baby Koswa, the next person you look for is the police.
Yeah.
So whether or perform traffic duties and patrol duties or any of those things, there is the need for them to be ever ready to confront any security threat. Okay? In the conduct of their daily duties. Still, but your top police officers are almost air-conditioned officers, or more sidearms, number one, or more bodyguards, number two, or more official vehicles, and it's hard, you know. So I think we need to give credence to that.
Generally, no, issues are piling up or man for anymore, and kind of they are peeved up and answer more grievances now or more poor police for so.
Well, I'm for be brave, or more feel say the police is not accountable. All right, and one of the ways they bet to me engender the relationship between the people and the police is to make the police service accountable. All right, to the people. In recent years, there were issues with assaults, you know, by police officers. To say they are caused with graphic Ghanaian Times reporters. You know. Then Latif, our police headquarters, later almost seen CCTV, you know, and all that. And when you don't have appropriate action taken against our officer, no, it created disenchantment amongst the population. Because on the other hand, truck driver or only mate, or more attacking police officer, or more treat or more to say armed robbers. But on the other hand, to say Ghanaian Times reporters, almost see police officer on 600 cities. Not very long ago, a similar issue was crew from Kumasi, Papa B or Free, Nature's Call. And according to the facts on the ground, the police beat him up and and according to the autopsy reports, almost see out of a heart attack. So then they caused a heart attack. No? All right. Then Asawasi with the killing of some young men. No. Then from nowhere, parade the AK-47 assault rifles. Every him. You know, and still, Sir Commander, you see, so some of these things, and yet fair, okay, police, there, no doubt about that. Police, or more contributed significantly towards harnessing your democracy, in Ghana, but still, there were issues, just as there are issues with the police, even in America. So not about 2-3 years ago, issues concerning the shooting of black persons by white police officers and all that. To me, there cannot be a perfect police service. But
so if there cannot be a perfect police service, then no for no, irrespective of issues, you know, to me say another police officer sins and a mistake and punishment ever may defend person.
No, and yeah, fair. But the hardren is the fact that it's almost become like a daily ritual on daily basis. And then your police wabu on a trotro, you know, you know, and your police order on duty, and your police were attacking motorists. And so I think generally there's a need for some training to be done.
Okay.
In many cases, we call other jurisdictions, police stop who are, excuse me, ma'am, can I have your registration and license, please? You know, Ghana, stop. Where do you think you are going? You know, the manner are almost approaching motorists, almost approaching citizens. And your police, you know, almost so
or sometimes we effect arrest and now me share demonstration no more new domano. The way Obano Cromo chen no more one etikono. I was like, hey. She said, yeah, okay, elsewhere will be a demonstration. You police in Ojan. Say, Nipa no yes stubborn na yet police for bear for now or my carry Nipa back. So did they be cry? But then quickly, I ran into my mind, say, and chance here, but it's in a bubuaso. When the people become stubborn and difficult, they will use minimum force, reasonable.
Exactly.
It's a nothing more.
Very dependent on the
situation. When
situation.
say, ma'am, so say, hello, sir. But I know, what's a stop, to say,
exactly. So yeah, that one there. But Onu no, yeah, an officer of the law.
Okay.
All right, so he should know better. So what I say. And even though me say motorists be we are extremely rude.
Papa?
Extremely rude.
Papa.
So, yeah, you know, we are complicit in the ecosystem. So, like I indicated, there's a need for a deeper partnership, okay, between the police.
But I thought some time ago, Mukache said the police is our
friend. Friend.
And I don't know, it's just insane, but Kitamudi as in relationship being shut down, Koso.
But, to a large extent, relationship, Koso. But still, there was some issues with some mistrust between the public and the police. In many cases, me free officer, you know, me drew checkpoint. Sometimes me park it and be some, oh, my brothers, how is it going? Hope everything is okay. What are your challenges? So sometimes they bet me espousing, so it will draw the attention of your top, you know, hierarchy. So I'm able to address some of these issues. In many cases, almost see.
It's because it is your duty and answer you are in the security
It's the work of every citizen to ensure that the police are able to operate in a conducive environment.
Okay. Just a quick one. On this kidnapped girls assembly, one will say, "Oh, can we say police are adhere to a large extent?" But yeah, condemn what do you make of all the happenings around this kidnapped girls assembly?
Yeah, kidnapped girls assembly, the issues to talk about is a lot, but I'm summarizing. In the first place, from information I received, relatives of star girls, they were almost goofy, kakra. No, almost goofy. Almost mistakes.
Okay.
Kakra, because from information, no, almost see when it happened, no, almost kidnappers, no, almost communicate. Kidnappers almost see almost sika. And some transfers were made, including 1,500 citizens.
But they contacted the police before.
Almost see, the kidnappers told them not to contact the police. And according to the police, it took them some time before by then, the police too, now there was some foot dragging until issue attracted media attention, then it became a national issue. Then after Omar credence, unfortunately, now too late. Okay, because in criminology, time is of the essence. The more time you lose, the more critical evidence you lose.
Okay.
So because of that, it has complicated investigation. Me from day one, I knew said the girls were not in the country.
Oh, so as we speak,
no, from my perspective,
they are not in the country.
Yes.
And then my dream was
Sir Papa no Wales, Sir Nigerian.
Okay, some Wales.
I understand. Say, call like or see, or bet me actually, maybe I mean, he went around with the police like on a wild goose chase of some sort, all the way to Kasua, to Matisse Omuko Eastern Region and all that, but nothing came out of it. Quite obvious, because massive intelligence was gathered, BNI and all that. So I just say from the information I cannot reveal my source, but Omoni in the country. And start bashing any barrage of criticism, also as a result of the poor manner you handle and manage information. All right. Usually when you're dealing with issues of security, and all right, in some cases you'd have to cleverly manage that information, so you can tell the people what would calm their nerves. On the other hand, we be protecting information, so and endanger girls. So for us to have CID boss or see girls, well, they are safe and all that, can even endanger the girls in the first place. Because
but you have said girls in here. What can see? It is a what can be say, meaning saying Kuala no Munia. Naso no so yen a Jumonuku kita intelligence or Kokabia. Should we crucify her?
Yes, we should crucify her, for crying out loud.
Sessing.
Because that is the power of mass media, for crying out loud. Not a press conference. So no matter where the kidnappers know, they would have wind of the information.
What about what you just said?
How does it pose a threat to the girls?
I know the girls are not here.
They are not here. That's the fact. But she says...
That's the fact you read from the papers, or the fact you know.
That is the fact.
3 days ago, it came in the papers that the former BNI boss, now we're too quiet, or some negotiations near Dino Bedria, so as it were, keep it to the chest. So, Miss me, I can say, and you also read it from papers because...
No. All about Sani negotiation, but enye bibia na maybe to me aka. All right? But please, compare the fact that they are highly likely not to be in the country to the fact that onim bibia girls no, and they are safe and all that. What would happen to the families? Obviously, they'll be anxious. Okay, they would expect, say, the girls will be released in 2-3 days. Because after Sani's conference, alhamdulillah, the girls are in the custody of the police. But in the end, it turned out not to be so.
Why did you say they are in the custody of the police? Because on one case, the girls are in their custody.
No, because for anyone, yes, but for anyone to say, they are safe, they are... Obviously, I thought, sir, they have it, because Anka Ebeye extremely irresponsible for anyone to come out to say that when at that point in time, at that material time, the girls were not in the custody of the police.
Okay. And now that she has come to say so, now she was giving hope. No, are you saying say now I'm not responsible?
Graphic or more issue we I think an apology.
Okay.
Because according to the facts, no, she didn't say that and all that. So I don't think I can react to that. But still, I'm feeling that Okasabi Bree. She should be very careful. Are we not the same people now? I say give information, more information. So I say Okasabi. Me a strategic communicator. Also, okay, communication a skill, is an art. Okay, the demands Baku, the demands from the relatives of the girls, the general Ghanaian population for information. And the other demand, to protect the investigation process. So the information are obema and compromising investigation process.
Okay.
You can do it professionally. So what I say. But for her to come out to say it can endanger the girl.
Hope woman say
yes, hope woman. But very critical say young collaborating with other security agencies within the West African sub-region.
That was what I was going to say. Oshabro so yen free Ghana na yen kope external help now.
Because at the point it say you are losing control of the situation.
Have we?
So of course. So there was a need for some collaboration to be done.
Okay.
and some partnership between us and other ECOWAS protocols, security corporations, and inside, let's take advantage of such structures. So you better share intelligence information amongst the various intelligence agencies within the West African sub-region. So maybe our mobile call, the issue of human trafficking is very real. Okay, very real all across the world. India are more the most victims of human trafficking. As at last year or more, well, about 8 million Indians are victims, followed by China, 3 million, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and such. And that issue, is becoming a developmental issue within the West African sub-region because there were a well-organized group of NIPA trafficking, especially girls, to engage in the various activities. Because I wouldn't want to bring more distress to the relatives of these girls. So sometimes it's about getting the girls to engage in those activities, not necessarily, physically harming them. But obviously, some activities, and also harm. And so the need for us to, restructure your security. So you better counter some threats.
Until we are hoping. And Yama way there.
You see, security there. Stakeholders in the security management process. Men rely on police hook, line, and sinker. All right. But call the police to help. Okay. But you cannot feel comfortable with, after all, police war. No, you cannot do that because you have to mean what police officers everywhere all the time. Okay. And so, yes, we exercises some level of discretion in protecting your home. And your gadgets be brave, we are security firm, security consultancy and all that. You bet me I use boy your home. For example, they say we CCTV, very critical. I mean, who are business, who are fear, who bet me install CCTV.
Oh, this one,
and all that. Exactly.
Blue one.
We so a camera, but our motion detection capability. So fear, activate. So anybody who makes an attempt to access with fear, about pictures, about video, about frail, to let you know, say there's something going on, at home. We so and also it is a clock. But and also a camera, our motion detect functionality, and it's when me access over phone. So anywhere you are in the world, me name the cost of
place.
Me place, on the decks, anywhere in the house, me place
a clock.
A clock, meanwhile a camera. There were also small cameras are me installed at hidden spots within the house. So sometimes criminals or more. But they would not know there's a camera, so you are able to see them and know what they are up to. Also, there were serious issues with kidnappings, and we a GPS locator, and also baby I cost within the environment. We me on the phone, and these ones we hide it in either the school bag of children and any part of their body. Their outfits, their shoes, and we track or more. To save guys. So maybe by the time kidnappers realize this Adib, you should have had information about where they are taking them to or what their location is.
How long? We say BBC. How long will later let you?
So if there's a voice that goes beyond 30 decibels, a bit frail. So what I say.
Okay.
And we so over to me track before battery it take here about 2 weeks. So you can charge it for 2 weeks and put it in the children's bag. Yeah, well, also tracking services.
Put it in the children's school bag.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mommy put this in my bag.
No, you would hide it. Obviously, you would hide it. Yeah, well, tracking services. So for vehicles, I mean, so you know what is happening to the vehicle. Your trackers. Ubetumia fix way, so yeah, one of those trackers. And when trackers,
I see.
We so a normal car charging port,
device.
But tracker,
Wow.
But and yeah, baby, and we bet me show you. You were advanced systems, but me person me show you so that the criminals will get to for security or fear. Smoke detector, but also a camera, okay? The air costing you now over to me share phone. So and after there were issues with criminals be almost around the neighborhood. And slide no or more a way over to me be and almost use Adib a friend who last stop. Yes, so last about to me pick from phones to even laptops, okay? So we will fix it to or sliding window to say. So any attempt to open the sliding, but if you close, then ebejai. But ubia, you know. So there are simple, cheap gadgets. Ubet me I use because once the thief attempts to open SAS alarm no blare. A bit scare, you know.
Okay. So, yeah, but that was a pa. Na me chair, I don't do crab where we are. And I said, yeah, ye di. Lady Polly. Mamu is saying the man said that you Polly, Papa. He did most of the talking. It is Sani Adib, a security and intelligence expert, and I yenino Eddie and Como yenini bon punim puno. Nabro phone doors, but yen fancheno. Sani, yeah, that was a pa. Ufi.
Me free enough.
Oh, okay. No, for any enough. And you are fair enough proper. Temazem.
Nah.
And I'll call school.
Because school was Tamale Senior High School.
Okay.
Because school was University of Ghana, Legon. Me study political science and sociology.
Okay.
Me human security or UDS, NGO management and rural development. Me defense and international politics, MSc, or Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College. Conflict Analysis and Mediation, Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping and Training Center. Terrorism, Counter-Terrorism, were Leiden University, Netherlands. Me Security Intelligence and Biometrics, were Nasport University. And
how old are you?
Oh, hey.
Early 30s. Early 30s. I don't go to school now. I say, who call SS now? I say 12 years.
Let me very, small.
Okay.
I was really very bullied.
Thanks for coming. I'll prepare to ban for you.
Yo, man.
Sika koye to ban shiano. Na ye fama Sani Adib da se pa. Every for your time na so enti de da ekoso ya ni pitri na mi ko ide na make up from it besi me na say thanks to J Essential for my beautiful hair for the entire week. 024363905 J Essential contact and no obehu more Instagram J Essentials and or East Legon Malabo Avenue to creative line or Pam and Yama Fefe very creative and then Koyama Mashija Kakraba 10 years photo loading this one the year they are BBP. Thank you creative line. Was saying there is a school no Echi North Kaneshi na Musa quick fix mama for moye digital embroidery and printing of t-shirts and uniform. Fair one 0244695057 and 0264414945. Now between Swacom website www.mycreativeline.com and my shoes MacBook collection a week in Medande Musa MacBook Adaroma or Pig Farm which are the Pele Plaza no station no call nimka crabia on Sabin Kumso or by 0244114991 Jewsu ho niwa Eje appear na say Sister Eunice ewo Richard ewo omunyina be show fefe kama pa menya so sure say meko asanto aho ne die eye me de no abefa weekinim but because you grouping asa nail and brushes makeup nyina oye microblading ladies you understand mukasa nail and brushes be show fefe enti friend 0266036309 okona asanto so anyway bisa pokuya na de la ase omo nyina be show na little gloria little but big on be show kama mede ede yakonama nyame adoma ye fruitful week ye bompai say obema ye nya home kama over the weekend na Monday we will bounce back revitalized refreshed and very energetic near babe somo kai say weekend di amanfo ware amanfo to di amanfo ye kona kwaja omo na idu nso a obi aba abechaw bye bye.